Dear brothers, people say that they have read the Bible once or twice or a number of times, but then I am doubtful whether they read all these genealogies also. They start the first word maybe of the beginning of the genealogy and then go to the last word, because after all I don't understand anything by those names. But in my case I cannot say that, because I had to complete reading it while recording it also. In the New Testament we see here from Matthew's Gospel, first chapter, the genealogy starting from Abraham. And in the Gospel of Luke, third chapter, also we have the genealogy, taking back everything to Adam. And in the Old Testament, we have a number of times these genealogies mentioned again and again, starting from the book of Genesis, and quite a lot in the book of Numbers, and then especially in the first and second book of Chronicles. It will be really tiring when you read all these genealogies. But then it really is very important for the Jewish people, especially the people of different categories of people living at the time of the Old Testament, about their ancestry, and it is mentioned here. So what do we learn at this beginning of this intensive preparation from this? One thing is, we don't want to say anything negative about our family. Generally, we don't want to say anything negative about our family. Even if there is something negative, we want to hide that part of it. One seminarian invited a priest for holidays. He didn't want even to show his physically challenged brother or mentally challenged brother. He doesn't want others to know it. It is not his mistake or that boy's mistake who is born in that family, but then he wants to hide that part of it. There is another seminarian whose sister is an irregular relationship. The seminarian has not done anything wrong. He doesn't want others to know about it, even the seminarians to know about it. Sometimes we want to hide all that is messy in our own families. Maybe relatives, our cousins, our father, or even mother. So this is what normally happens. Something very, very challenging and prophetic about this genealogy is that not only just people are there, even unjust people are there in this genealogy. Not only Jews are there, but also Gentiles are there in this genealogy. Not only men are there, but women are there in this genealogy. Where is Jesus born? Jesus is born where these messy situations are there. In the hospital, where everything is very, very miserable. In our own families, broken families, recalcitrant young people in our own families, our own brothers, sisters who have their own problem, even moral problems. Amidst these situations, Jesus is born. Let us not hide, let us be open like the gospel itself, that we are ready to accept each and every one, and there we should radiate the presence of the Lord. Jesus is for everyone. Jesus is for everyone. See, especially the four women who are mentioned again and again, they are spoken of. Not only these four women, even others. David is acknowledged as the greatest king of the people of Israel, but he himself committed adultery and murder. And then with regard to the other kings, again and again, about so many kings it is repeated, he did not do the will of the Lord. And then pointing out David as the model, they say he was not according to the heart of the Lord. David is again and again spoken in the historical books, especially in the book of Kings and then Chronicles. He was according to the heart of the Lord. David himself, we know what was according to the heart of the Lord. Of course, later on he changed, that is another matter. The other kings, they are all mentioned in the list of this. And these women, for example, Tamar, who seduced her father-in-law Judah, she is also mentioned in the list. Rahab, mentioned openly as harlot, she is mentioned in the list. Bathsheba, who committed adultery, David was more responsible, all right, but she is mentioned, that too indirectly. And then of course Ruth, she was a Moabite woman. There was a prohibition against marrying the Moabites, and she is mentioned there. Respect for women, dignity of women, respect and concern even for sinners. That should radiate. Sometimes we think, because nobody knows about our own mistake, we are all saints, we are all sinners, including me, we are all sinners. We fall short of the glory of God. Let us not put up a facade. Let us not pretend before other people that we are higher ups. When we acknowledge our sinfulness in all humility and respect each and every one of our family members and friends who have their own weaknesses, who have their own problems, there Jesus is born. Yesterday I was telling our animation brothers, that's what our whole occasion is, to make people happy. Not only already the good people and happy people, the difficult people and the people who are not easy to get along with, to make them happy and contribute to them and make as many as people possible. That is our whole occasion. If Jesus were to choose his ancestors, as some of us would want, all these good, highly respected people would have only been in that list. But you see this list. You see this list. That is it. Let us become more and more compassionate. Let us transcend our ghetto mentality, narrow parochialism, self-centeredness, and transcend all these, and then say that not only Jesus, I belong to everyone. I belong to everyone, especially the poor, the bad, the wicked, whom you consider bad or wicked. I belong to everyone. That is the invitation for us, I believe. And make people happy. So real happiness, I repeat, is not when you are happy. Real happiness and the success of a person's life depends on how many people are happy because of you. And Jesus is born among us to make us happy, to make the sinners happy, to make the poor and the abandoned happy. Let us be people who really take the joy of Christmas to as many people as possible, especially the difficult ones.